Welcome back, everyone. This is Frank, Whiskey Charlie Zero Oscar. This is the beginner's guide for the Yaesu FTM-510DR. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is the power button's right here. You press and hold, and it turns on. Okay, so the top button here is also the mute button, and it gives you the lock button here, and it says lock, so we're going to unlock it. The F, or the setup menu, the F menu, the F button, I'm going to call it probably, is right here. You press and hold, and it gives you a menu. And what we're going to do is we're going to reset the radio. There's a sub dial that moves through different menus. You can see the menu names on the top here. And we're going to go all the way down to like 127 or close to it. See, it won't go to 127. We'll use this dial instead. And there it is, factory reset. You press the button, the F button down once. You want to do that, use the F button again. You go to say OK. F button, of course, well, that's what I'm going to call it. Like I said, yeah, it's a function button. You move it over to OK. You press OK. And it's going to do its thing. It's going to reset. And I'm going to figure out how that looks. It's starting. And this is what is going to, you're going to see when you restart your, or when you start your new look on the machine here. So here we're going to, I think we can use our fingers here. Yep, Whiskey, Charlie, numbers 0. And then go back to letters, Oscar. And then I'm going to press and hold the F button here. Let's see if it does anything. It looks like it's restarting. And there it is, Whiskey Charlie Zero Oscar. Now we're going to lower that down. Well, actually, there's 2 volume buttons. As you can see, you have a dual screen here, dual receiver. And these are the volume buttons. Not only that, if you press on it, you can do the squelch as well, and the sub. So this is the main, that's the sub. This is always going to be brighter than that one because it's telling you that this is the one that you can transmit at the moment. And so you know which one you're in. And so let's say you want to go back before we talk about the dual receive and so forth. Let's go back to, let's say you want to change your call sign. You press and hold on this, and you go to number 121. You can use this sub dial, and there's 121. You press on it once, the F button, and you can change it. There's a back button right here. If you press back, and brings you back there. Okay, now power. Let's say you want, you want high power, low power, medium power. Press and hold on the F button again, and then scroll to number 8. So we're talking about things that you probably want to change immediately. That TX power. You press on this F button, and then you go low, mid, high. I'm going to keep it at high. So I'm going to press the F button again. Okay, so high is 55 watts for 2 meters, 50 watts, 55 watts for 2 meters, 50 watts for 70 centimeters. And then medium power, 25 watts for both, 2 meters and 70 centimeters. And low power is 5 watts. Okay, so let's look at this, the look and feel. For example, here we have dual receive. If you go to display here and click on it, you'll get what they call the scope screen. And if you click on it again, you'll get this dual receive. So two frequencies. Top is the main, bottom is the sub, or subband. The main frequency is brighter because that's the one that you'll be transmitting, and that's the main band out of the two. And again, you can adjust the volume here for the top one, and volume for the bottom one. So again, you can adjust either volume. Now, at the moment, 100% of the audio is coming up from here, not from the speakers down here. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And then you can switch again. You can, well, not again, but here you have 2 meters, 70 centimeters. You want this one to go up, you just click on it, and now it's up. Now you can see this green here. It's listening to this, or something's going on here, right? And you can switch it back and forth. Right now we're in VFO mode. Okay, you can hear this is the memory, which it doesn't have any, and then the VFO mode. So one thing you'll notice is that it's in blue. Blue means VFO, and if you click on the memory, it's green, and you can see it has a green light here. Now if I switch this, it's going to be blue because that's the main one, the main frequency, and then you can switch it, and we can lower the volume here. Let's say I want to, let's switch this, and we can switch the band here. We'll talk about the band a little bit later. Okay, but there isn't anything. Let's go to VFO and change the band. Okay, we'll talk about the band switching and all that, but I want it at a different frequency from the bottom. So let's say I want to copy the main frequency to the sub. All you do is click and hold on this, and then it copies. The sub dial to move. So the frequency on the top, right, you can move with the VFO. But if you want to move this right here, the frequency on the bottom one, then you got to use the sub dial. And you can see it. You can move it as well. Okay. So you have that feature. Okay. So that's cool. Now, what I want to do is I want to reset my machine the way it was. There's certain things that I want to add. So I was able to back up my frequencies and all that through the SD card that's over here. And we're talking about how to format that and whatnot. So I'm going to press and hold on this, and I'm going to go to number, I believe 107. I'm going to scroll over here. There it is, 107. If I click on this, see, you can write to the SD or you can read from it. I'm going to read from it. And I want to do all. And this is the saved version here. So that's, do I want to do it all? Yes. Click. And there it goes. Okay. It will restart after loading everything. Takes a little while. And yes, you don't have this at the moment. You don't have any frequencies that you saved. Okay. And now I have my, if I use my dial here under memory, right? Because remember, this is a VFO. And if I click on this button for memory, these are all my memories. You can see memory 1, 2, 3, I have several. All right, I got some weather ones.
The forecast for the Santa Clarita Valley today, sunny.
And I can switch this, and I can put that in memory 2. And will I be able to hear both?
Southwest winds 10 to 20 miles an hour in the
both.
evening. Friday.
Put that louder.
80s to mid-90s. Southwest winds 15 to 25 miles an hour in the afternoon. Friday night, clear. Lows in the lower 60s. Southwest winds 10 to 20 miles an hour. Saturday, sunny. Highs in the lower
Oh, these are all
60s.
my saved
Southwest
frequencies.
winds 10 to 20
Okay.
miles an hour in the afternoon.
One thing about memory, just go all the way.
Highs 91 to 100.
That's it. It won't go any farther.
25 miles an hour.
All right, we're going to lower this down.
Night, clear.
Actually, yeah, we'll just lower this down. Okay, so that is dual receive. There's more to it, but that's the gist. Now, let's do the scope screen. This is the screen that I like the most. On display, you get into this, what they call the scope screen, where here we're on memory. So these are all my memory, all my frequencies that I have in memory. Now, it looks kind of weird right now, and that's because of the light that I have right now. It affects the antenna. The antenna that I have right now is indoors, and the light's right next to it. So it looks like there's some type of activity. There isn't. Okay, so we know that's to be the case. But all those are my frequencies that I've saved. So the VFO, you can switch, to what you want. That's one. And also notice that this is in green, right? And so that's I'm in memory. If you press the VFO memory button, now I'm in VFO. This is in blue, and I can change the frequencies here. I can click on the band, and then we can go to different bands, which we'll talk about later. Okay, so another thing that you can do is you can click on the dial here, and then you can change the frequencies. Well, the megahertz, right? The megahertz. So you can change the megahertz. You can press and hold on the F button. And if you go to number 1, keypad, you press the F key, and then you can type the number that you want. Okay. I'm going to go back and back. Okay. You can press, let me see. We already pressed the VFO button. We can hold, touch and hold the frequency. We want touch and hold. And then you can change the frequency that way. That one's a little bit weird, but that's possible. On the mic, I have the mic right here. You can just type the frequency that you want. Oops. Let's go back. Nope, doesn't seem you can go back. Okay. I'm gonna lower that down. Okay, so you can use the mic for the frequency. Now, let's go back to memory. Let's go to these right here. What you can do is you can touch one of these bars, and then it'll listen to it. Right? And of course, you can always use a sub dial here to go to the other frequencies that I have, right? So that's blinking, right? And it's listening to it because it's dual band. Now, if I touch the frequency here, touch and hold, see we're at 580 and here is 145. Touch and hold, it'll copy it. Okay, so you can do that as well, even though we weren't in dual receive. And I'm imagining that was dual receive right there. Now, how about the steps, right? If you go on the VFO, the steps here, right? They're going by 5s. Can we change that? Yes. We can press and hold on the F button. Go to number 33. I just passed it here. 33 steps. Click on the F button. It says auto. But you could do 5 kilohertz, 6.25, 10, 12.5, 15, 20, 25 kilohertz, 50 kilohertz, 100 kilohertz. I'm going to put it on auto. It's pretty smart. And then press the back. Now, when you set something, when you press the back button, it will set that for you. Okay, you don't need to press and hold anything. So it's on auto. Okay, let me go to memory mode. Let's go over here somewhere. Now, don't remember, it doesn't do, you might think, why do I have a 1.25 meter? That's to listen, but it won't transmit there. Okay. So here on the screen right here, we see a certain amount of frequencies right here. Okay. At this point, there might be 11 maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, there's 11 frequencies going on. But I can change that to 21 to see more. To do that, you got to press and hold the F button, and then scroll to number 4 right here. Click on the F button to change. Let's go to wide, and then the back button again, and you can see that we have a lot more. That's solid right here, and again, that's because of the lighting here. But you can see you have a lot more to deal with. When you go to VFO mode, it's the same thing. Okay. That squelch doesn't have nothing to do with it. But here you would see 61 frequencies for the wide and 31 for the narrow. Let's go back to the memory. Okay. Now in memory mode, again, we're in green, right? One thing you can do, let me see. So to copy a memory that you have here to VFO, you can press and hold on the band button, and now it's on VFO. Okay, so if you want to do that, you can copy it that way. Now some people, when they're in memory mode, they want to see the list of the frequencies. To do that, you're definitely going to need to be in another mode. You're gonna be in dual receive mode, and you're gonna be in memory mode, which I am right now. And so we're gonna press and hold on the F key, and we're gonna go to number 21. Memory list mode, and we're going to turn it on. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. And because we're in this setup here, the moment I move my dial, look at that, I can look at all my frequencies. And this is the one that I want. Press the VFO button, and you're in there. See that? I don't have to press the button to be in this mode. Okay? Now, all this time, right, if there's a frequency that I can transmit, I can always transmit with my PTT button, just to let you know. Now that you know a little bit about setting the different displays here. Let's go back to, click on display. Let's go back to this mode here, which I like better. On the scope screen, we're going to go to the VFO section. You can see a lot more here. What did I say? 61, I think it was. Let's see. 61. Okay, 61 frequencies. That you can, if you can see any activity, you can always click on that. Click and hold to copy it. There's something going on there. Okay, or you can scroll over, right? You can scroll over here. Nothing. All right, so we're in VFO. That's blue right here, right? That's a blue light. So let's look at the band button here. Let me set this up. So this right here, this is what they call the air frequencies, 108 through 137. That's going to be an AM usually. This is the 2-meter mode, 137 to 174 megahertz, right? This also is the digital or FM section. Then this is what they call the UHF, VHF, FM or AM, 174 through 400. This is where 1.25 meters would be. And then the 70 centimeter section from 400 to 550. This is digital or FM. Actually, I guess the FM goes up to 400 to 480, or the digital, I don't remember. But you could always look it up in the manual. And so that's the band when you're in VFO. Just a faster way of doing it. But if you're in memory, which is in green, right? Now I've already placed a lot of frequencies in memory already. So, and this one is different. This one's going to use the memory auto grouping feature that it has. So if you press on band, let's see. The first one was, let's do all the let's do this again. all. So that's all memory, right? It's in green, all the memories that I have. But if I press the band button, that's the air. These are all the air frequencies that I have stored in the radio. Okay, you press band again. These are all the VHF frequencies that I have. And you can see the names are there. And oh, by the way, it's red as well. Here, you press the band, because these are the memory auto groupings, and I guess they want you to have a different color. This one is the UHF section. This is the 430 band, of course. And then you press it again. This is other. Other is goes from 174 to 400. So I only have 1.25 meter, 1.25, and I'm assuming these are as well. Okay, and then there would be, if you press again, there would be another one called M group. The M group would be blue. That would be the frequencies used in memory channels, regardless of band. But I'm not sure why that's not showing. Now, remember that I told you that you can change the band. I don't know if you can do it in memory mode, but we'll try. This is the national frequency. Let's change it to AM. You press and hold the F button, and you go to 16, which is right here, RX mode. Press it once, and you can go to AM. I remember now. And now you're in AM. Now, can you transmit it AM? It will tell you if you can or not on the particular band. Now let's put that back on FM. You would think that there would be an auto, but there isn't. Back. Okay. You can remove any of the bands in memory. You know, when you say band, you can remove any of these. You press and hold on the F button, and then you go to number 24 right here. See? Skip bands or band skip, and then you can turn on or off any of these. I'm not going to turn any of those off. Okay. So that right there was the scope screen for memory and for VFO. Now, let's look at some of the things that this particular radio has, and let's see if we can put it in here. I'm not sure why. Can't really hear anything, can you? That's too bad. At night, it sounds way better. During the day, it just seems to be horrible. Okay, I'm going to do something here to clear this. All right, because it should be empty right now, because we're going to talk about it. So, Super DX, noise canceling, right? So there's an SDX button right here. It enhances reception on weak signals. It will operate on the RF front end enhancement. So I guess that's before any processing. Unfortunately, there isn't anything out there except for the weather. I don't think it'll clear that up, but we can try. So it's not speaking, that's the problem. If you press it once, it gives you, we'll just lower it down. It gives you that SDX, so to enhance weak signals. Okay, that's that button. Then if you press the SDX button again, it will give you a audio signal processing. It's a digital noise feature, and it only works on analog signals. It tries to enhance voice clarity. And then you could put both of them together. If you click and hold, then both of them are working together. And that's the mode I have it now. But unfortunately, you can't hear it. There's some examples online, and you'll be able to hear those. Some of the differences. You do hear some differences in the ASP. It gets rid of like the weird bumpy noise. Now, the ASP function, when activated, it's heard on the front speaker. So at the moment, it's not really doing anything because I think this front speaker is 0. And the ASP only works on the main band. So if you have 2 bands, right, you're listening to 2 bands, it's only on the main one. Okay, we'll get to this speaker and how to get most of the volume, most of the sound from the front speaker. So that's the Super DX. We'll probably make a video one day on that. Now the next thing that is interesting is the PNG. So the PNG, you can monitor like 4 or 5 frequencies at a time, and they'll skip around when you can hear the audio. So the PNG button is somewhere. Let's see, where is it's right here, this button. So let's say I want to listen to the national frequency. You're gonna go to the frequency, you're gonna press and hold the PNG. Okay, and I got several frequencies here that I put. So let's say I want to clear that. Okay, I got too many here. Let's press and hold on the F button. You might not have that, of course. And we're going to go to number 22, PNG. And then we're going to go to clear. Clear all? Yeah, clear all. Now, this frequency here, I want to listen to it. Okay, it's clear. That's the only one and it's listening. Now, one other thing too, if you press and hold on the VFO button, it's in manual mode. This is the mode we want right now. Now, the manual mode, so wherever it's highlighted, that's where it's going to stay, regardless if there's other frequencies being heard. So, to get out of PNG, press the VM button. And then let's say I wanted to hear, I don't know, the soda stations. And so I'm going to click and hold the PNG button. Now I got both. Now you can see that this one's blinking and this one's not. What's happening here is that it's listening to this and it will listen to other things, but it will stay here all the time. And you can transmit here if you're allowed to. Okay. So right now both of them being monitored, and you can switch it over, right? And it tells you, look, you're doing the 146 520, and this one you're doing the soda, right? So that's nice. It keeps the labels. VM button again. Let's say you wanted to, there's a TRW building, what is it, El Segundo? Press the PNG button, press and hold. Now I'm listening to them, okay? But you can see that if any of these two, if it hears anything here, it will display it, but it will still stay in P3. I'm assuming it still listens to P3 as well. Okay, but there's also an auto mode, all right? Again, this one's not blinking, but the moment you put it in auto mode, all three are blinking, meaning that whatever signal it finds, it'll skip over, and then it will skip over P3. If P1, if there's something going on P1, it'll go to P1. If there's something in P2, it'll go to P2. If the highlighted will go to different places, and thus you can transmit on those frequencies if you can. Okay. So now you can hear all three. You can click on the bottom over here. You don't need the VFO button. Okay, so you can do that. And there's probably more things you can do. So let's there's a few other settings for the PMG. Press and hold on the F button, and then number 22, press on it. There's a PNG timer. So it's scanning, right, and it'll resume after receiving no signal. So you can always change that. Click here. We'll make, so let's say 2 seconds. Click on it. Oops. Click and hold. Click on this. Click on it once. Right? 2 seconds. Let's press the back button. And then clear to clear everything. So you can clear all of it. And press and hold. Press. And then hold. The holding time of the previous received signal. Right? So this is in 2 seconds. I guess that's good. And then press back. Press back. Okay. You're not in PNG if you press and hold. If you press on PNG, there's nothing there. There's no frequencies apparently. Let's press and hold to go to add that, right? And you can go back. But if you press PNG, there's something in there. Let's say I want to delete this, right? You go to the one that you don't want, and then you press and hold, and it takes it away. Okay, so that's nice. Now you have the mic here, okay, and it's out of focus. So I'm going to move it to the side over here, and you can look at your microphone. There's a P1, P2, P3, P4. These can all be changed. Okay, my P1 will transmit, if you go to the display, my P1 will transmit on that frequency if I'm allowed to transmit on that frequency, of course, right? My P2 changes the power. So you see, low power, mid power, high power. And then P4 is for me to record. But that's not the default setting. Okay, if you press and hold on the F key, go to number 29, press on it once. You see, you can change the P1 button, and you can change it to different settings. Okay, and you can do that. You can go back, and you can do that for P2, P3, P4. Some people, when they do APRS, they can do the right and do other different things here. Some people like doing that. I like the P4 to record. I don't know if I'll ever use the P1 button to do a PTT on the bottom frequency. Power, I don't even know if I want to use that as well, but it's there. So use the back button. Use the back button. Now here again, it's out of focus, I know, but there are these buttons. The A button is not assigned, and I'm not sure if you can. I tried to read the manual. I didn't see anything. The B button, I'm going to use the B button. Oh, if I'm going to use the B button, I'm going to be in this display mode, displaying the two frequencies. The B one switches. It's like using the switching button on the top right here. That's the B. The C controls the squelch, and then the top button, hey, look at that, changes the frequency because we have it set that way. Let's see. Okay. So a squelch is C button, and then I go the up and down, and changes that. D on mine is the scopes. I like this one better. The star key is the VFO memory button, and then the pound key is the band. So here are the groups. And then it has a mute button. I know it's hard to see. You can do mute. Yes, you can change. Can you change the BCD buttons? I forget if you can. You're gonna have to look that up. I don't remember if you can. Okay. If I find it, I'll put it there. Now, another thing that people like is this custom function list, the CFL. All this time I've been pressing and holding this, but if you press it once, it gives you all these options. The blue one, the blue keys, you can't change, but everything else you can. Okay, and so let's, for example, we can change the scan option. You can press and hold. Okay, and let's say you want to choose something. I don't know. Let's say you want to choose the subband. All right, and you press and hold. This is going to blink and it's going to ask you, where do you want to change it? And I said I want to change it where the scan is, and it's going to say subband instead. You press and hold, and it's writing. Now it writes to the subband. So you click on the subband, and you can change it all you want. Okay, and go back. That's a really neat feature. One other thing. No, that's it. That's about it for the custom function. Okay. And then lastly, we'll just go and look at some miscellaneous things very quickly, so you get an idea what you have. You have the SD card. You can format it on your computer if you like. FAT FAT32, I believe. And you can also format it on the radio, but I tried to format this 32 gig, didn't work out very well. But you can, it's a micro SD card, by the way, and you can see it says right there SD when it works. So I put the card in there. You can press and hold on the F key to format it, and then go to 109, and I passed it. This one is for the menus. This one's for more fine-tuned. Format, you click on it once. Do you want to format? Yes or no? I'm going to cancel. I got some info in there. With the SD card, you can also back up your information. You can press the F key. You can write whatever settings you have on the radio, or you can read from the SD card and then place whatever you have on those files to the radio. All right, let's go back and then back. So that's the SD card. And we talked about recording. Let's do the recording to the SD card. So you press and hold on the function button. And then this one, you got to go to number 40, I believe. There we go, recording. Now, this one's for the settings. What do you want to record? The main and the sub? Yes, I do want to record the main and the sub. Or do you just want to record the sub or the main? I like to record both. And I can go back. And then I want to do the mic, record whatever the mic is. You press the F key, of course, or you can turn it off. I want to do the mic. I want to do all of it. And then you can go to number 41 if you like, and you can start recording. When you press on it, you get, and then you go back. You get a pause button. And anytime it starts to record something, you see, it'll turn it into a red dot. And when you press the PTT button, it will record your audio as well. Now, on my microphone, I believe it was F4 that stops it. See, it stops it. And then now you don't have the pause icon. By the way, you have the satellite right here. This little satellite tells you that the GPS, it found the satellites. We'll talk about that a little bit from now. LED brightness. Let's say that's not too bright. Click and hold on the F key. Go all the way up to number 2. LCD brightness. And you can lower that down if you like. Or go with the max. And then press the back button to set. You can change the color of the frequency numbers. Right now it's blue. You can press and hold on the F key and move the dial here. Frequency color, blue, white, or red. Red, white, and blue. I like blue. Okay. Mic gain, we talked about that, but press and hold on the F key. Go to number 10. Mic gain, normal, low, mid. Oh, wow. It's set. Okay. It's not continuous, it's discrete. It's at certain points. The FM band width. Okay, you want to narrow, you want to, I think it's wide or something. Press and hold on the F key. Number 15. Wide or narrow. I'm going to wide. Okay. Audio equalization. This one is important. Press and hold on the F key. And this one, you go to number 18 right here. Click on this button, the F key. And then right here, rear is at 10%. So the most of the audio is not coming out from here, only 10%. Most of it is coming from here in the front. Okay. We can go back. The beeping sound can be annoying. Press and hold on the F key, and then go to number 23, which is right here. You can turn it off, or you can make it higher. I'll put it low. Back. The weather alert, I think it's important. It notifies you for a storm or a hurricane. So I would definitely have that set. It should be automatically set. Press the F button, go to 51. The weather alert, see it's on. Press the F key to turn it off. I would leave it on. You're driving and there's some emergency, it will automatically put it in the right frequency for you. And then this one I think is pretty neat. Number 7, the display mode. I didn't know it had this. I was looking around, and display mode, and it gives you all these: altitude, time, and GPS. Let's do backtrack, and then go back, I believe. There it is. So you can choose any of those to give you some information. Okay, that is a lot, isn't it? Basically, you turn it on. You can use the VFO button is right here, right? You can type your frequency, right? 146,520, right? It's ready to go. The power, you can click on the F key, and then you can scroll to power. Click on the F key again. You can do high, low, whatever you like. Go back, and then just transmit. You can use the display key to get 2 bands or 1 band with the scope. Memory, if you click on memory, if you have memories already in there. Well, that's it. There's a lot more. APRS settings, memory, memory groups. There's a lot more. But this is a beginner's guide to the Yaesu FTM-510DR. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to hear from you soon. This is Frank, Whiskey Charlie, 0 Oscar. All right, bye-bye.